DJ.
If you listen to radio, you know these two voices here to my right. I can't calm them down long enough to introduce them.
I am not a DJ. He's a DJ.
He's not a DJ.
He's
not a DJ.
I have an personality.
Mr. Personality.
Charles Laquidara from WBCN, the Rock of Boston, is here with us. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning,
You
Eileen.
just
Nice
blew in here, I know.
I just saw that suction cup they had to get rid of, like, if you get a big middle and stuff. Do you have one of those around here? Frank, you got one? Oh, when you're through, please just
Let me introduce your colleague, Sonny Joe White, too, as you all know from KISS 108. How are you,
I'm
Sonny?
fine.
Good
I
to
don't
see
need the
you.
suction cup. You need one.
Yeah, right.
You two are so crazy. Is there a distinction anymore with FM radio? I mean, has it lost its distinction?
Yeah, it's definitely distinct from AM radio. There's no stereo in AM radio, and FM has all this music.
Yeah,
coming
but
out.
you mean on the FM band?
Yeah, between
On the
different
FM band,
stations.
yeah.
Oh, big distinct.
Not a hell of a lot.
There's a big difference between WBCN and your station.
I think there's a distinct difference, but it's not as huge as it used to be. I think you can go down the FM dial and you can hear Madonna. I heard you playing Madonna, as a matter of fact, like a virgin one morning after the Playboy movie, Playboy pictures.
Yeah, well,
but no, there isn't the drastic distinction that there used to be in FM.
Compare to other morning stations that are on the air. The difference between you guys and them.
Well, they.
Well, I think Charles has his personality.
Right.
I've got my own individual personality, and Matt certainly has his. I think what you find now on morning radio is that there have been some originators, and all of the originators, Charles, Matt, the wonderful morning talents,
And the
have all
rest
been
are
imitated.
imitators, yeah.
Imitators?
Yeah, and that's from a humble perspective too.
Oh, I hear that. I can hear the humbleness in that, Charles.
No, it's true. It's really true.
If the music is crazy, does that mean that the radio on-air personality, not the DJ, has to be crazy too?
I think that the music has always been kind of sort of reflective of society more than crazy. And sometimes when society gets crazy like it is right now, the music gets a little crazy too. But I think we have to, our job on morning radio is to liven up the...
You're doing it. I can see that right here.
is to liven up everything.
But the image is important. As personalities, the image is incredibly important.
Well, I think we're selling more image now than we are selling distinction in music. I think KISS has one image, and BCN lives up to its rock and roll image. KISS is more of a classy, I would think, or it tries to live to the BMW image, and it travels through the trends of what's happening now.
Charles, you don't agree?
Shut up, Charles. Be nice today.
Oh, yeah.
You don't agree?
No, I know why his eyes are brown too.
Why?
Anyway, no, I think basically
what do you think the differences are?
What, between BCN and other radio stations?
No, yeah, what's your?
I feel like WBCN plays the top songs that people want to hear. Granted, I mean, if you don't do that, I mean, you just become an elite station that only a few people know about. Hey, did you hear that really classic? But we like to play the top songs that people want to hear, because most people listen for only 15 minutes a day.
But you're a rock and roll station.
Yeah, but we also like to think that we do more. We're not plastic. We're not lame, and that we also cater to a big general audience. We have, like in our listenership, we have blue-collar people, working-class people. We also have doctors and nurses and lawyers, and I'm sure Sonny has a lot of the same.
Yeah, you really cut across the demographics, don't you?
Yeah.
Let's listen to the wake up. Can we do that? You
mind?
brought a
No,
card.
one wake
Do you
up,
mind?
one wake up
One
call.
wake up.
Okay,
Here we go.
all right.
Hello?
Hello, good morning. May I please speak to Wendy Roberts?
Yes, this is Wendy.
Hello, Wendy Roberts. This is the Federal Aviation Administration Northeast Air Traffic Control Center in Nashua, New Hampshire. I'm afraid I've got some unpleasant news for you. You see, there was this Omega Airlines flight. It was a 727, which lost 2 of its 3 engines and all its flight controls over your area. And it looks like they're going to be coming down possibly in your backyard.
This is Captain Emilio Spermatozoa. What's happening here is it's just that we've got to get rid of unload our disposal tanks in your backyard. Do you mind if the disposal tanks come on your house, Wendy? This is not a joke. The flight should be arriving in about 20 minutes over your house, and that's the only place that we can dump the
Well, where is it going to hurt the building? I'm in an apartment building.
Well, the disposal tanks, it's just a lot of waste material, man. Did you ever hear WBCN radio?
Oh, I can't believe that.
All right, crossing the line, though, between being funny and tasteless.
That's Charles.
I think, yeah, he's right. He's right. I'm the funny side. He's the tasteless side.
Tasteless
No,
side.
but there is a fine line.
But there's also that creative license that you have. And Charles has been here so long, and And Kiss has certainly established itself as getting close to the edge. I think he may go over the edge sometimes.
You've
we
put your
walk up
foot
to
in your
the
mouth.
edge.
I think, first of all,
He does.
as Sonny said, we're the rock and roll station. And rock and roll by its very nature
rebellious.
is rebellious and goes over the edge a lot. I mean, rock and roll, I mean, this whole brouhaha that all the TV stations are having about how why should they rate, rate songs and have ratings and stuff. That's ridiculous. All rock and roll is by very nature is R-rated. I mean,
Let
it's
me
just-
remind you of putting your foot in your mouth. How about the day you said, there must be a God, Reagan has cancer?
That was a stupid thing to say. What happened was, it's something that you could probably say as a goof to your friends. Why did you bring that up?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's
Did I
all right. Well, let me
depress you?
No, it's a
but-
good question.
No, let me explain it.
do it.
Because I disagree with Reagan's policies a lot, and I have ever since the beginning. And it was a stupid thing to say. What happened was I was trying to get this number, and I dialed these digits, and the thing wouldn't come up. The number wouldn't ring. I just kept getting this wee, the number you have dialed. So I tried it again without the one, and I said, okay, now if there's a God, this thing will ring. And then I remembered something that somebody had said to me earlier as a goof, and I said, oh, of course there must be a God. Reagan has cancer. And then I thought, Charles, that's the dumbest thing that you have ever said in your life on radio. And it was too late to back off. I tried to skim.
I think it's some defense to it. And doing an early morning show, and I shouldn't defend this man, God knows he doesn't need it, but doing an early morning show live, and as you do a live show, sometimes something may come up.
Has it ever
And
happened to you?
It's never happened to me because I have, I'm much brighter than Charles, but
Can I just say one thing on my behalf, Eileen, that I did. It was the first and hopefully the last time I ever apologized. And I wasn't told to do so by my bosses. They just told me to get out of the building and let the phones ring and stuff and just get out of there quick and just not answer the phones at home for a couple of days till it blew over. I felt really bad about saying it. The next day I apologized every hour at the top of the hour, which is the most listened to time for radio stations. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what's important.
I said I was sorry
Yeah.
for
I
saying
think
that.
the other side of it is being a personality that we can get away with that. You said something to your best friend that you later said, I wish I hadn't said.
Yeah.
And then they're our best friends.
Yeah.
They're our friends that are listening.
The difference in the two of you don't wear a watch, and you have two watches on, Charles. Why do you have two watches
It's
on?
trendy.
The third one is broken, but I can have it back.
There's no real reason for this, huh?
Not really. I just think it's way cool.
Yeah, okay. Well, it sure attracts attention. All right, you talk about your bosses didn't ask you to apologize. The difference between being owned by a large company, KISS 108 is owned by a large company,
Well, it's
and
a
being a
large
small
independent
station.
company.
The difference in the restrictions.
I think you're talking to the wrong person because I think BCN's now owned by a large company.
Well, but I
Yeah,
mean,
they're
when
about
it
the-
wasn't. I'm talking about the difference in the days when none of us were all owned by great big companies. I mean,
KISS is real unique in that the parent company is right here in Boston. The owner, the principal owner, I can see every day at the radio station.
and you get some
I
Celtics tickets free.
get my Celtics tickets
which you
free.
can no longer deduct on your taxes.
and my
These
checks
owners
for
should know.
nothing, right? But no, I
Checks for nothing.
checks for nothing. That's what it is. Okay. But I think that it's good that we have a parent company here, so
Yeah.
they know what we do.
Frank, you through with that suction cup yet?
Let's talk about the AIDS benefit that's coming up
Which
at the
is-
Metro,
yeah.
December 4th, right? Why are you calling it a heterosexual benefit?
Well, it's not. That was printed in the paper. Norman Nathan printed that because on a press release, because we had all sat around there, a group of us, Pat Lyons, Maggie from Maggie Inc., and Robert Birnbaum from Stuff Magazine, Charles Laquidara, and I'm a part of the whole committee. And the part that we were talking about that was heterosexual was that for the first time, a group of heterosexuals can come to a benefit for a disease that is primarily come out of the gay community.
And so far.
And we can come together. You know, gays and heterosexuals, straight, gay, anything that you are, can come to this event, but we wanted people who were straight to feel welcome, as well as gay people who we figured would be there.
So it's a community getting together to fight
got
something
it.
that
Not
we
only
all-
that, I mean, this is one of the few times, probably the only time, the first and most likely the last time that all the because this is a very competitive radio market.
Yes, I know.
It's probably the last time that all the radio stations are coming together and banding together and putting on a benefit. And I think that's what's called for here, because right now the government isn't giving enough money to AIDS research. And if AIDS ever does, if this disease, if they don't spend money, if they don't stop it soon, this epidemic that we've got could very well turn into what someone called the plague of the millennium. And if we start getting into that, then people are going to get very crazy.
Well,
Right
it's
now,
good
there are
of
a
you
lot
to
of
use
crazy.
your talents, though, for something
Well,
like
I
this.
think that, for the first time that we've, BCN grabbed Cyndi Lauper, who's going to be there,
That's
and Kiss
great.
grabbed Dionne Warwick, and there are other great
Joan
local
Jett.
bands that are going to be there. Joan Jett is
Super.
coming. Oh, great. Okay.
That is great.
But there's a lot of talent that's going to be a part of it. It's December 4th at the Metro, and
And
we're
it's
all excited
affordable
about
and
it.
it's open to the public, and I encourage all of you to take part in this. It's a
Right.
terrific effort. Thanks, Charles.
Okay,
Nice to
thank
see
you,
you.
Eileen.
Sunny Joe,
Good seeing you, Eileen.
great to see you,
All
too.
right.
Two of our favorite people.
Is that it? I
Thanks.
thought we had another 20 minutes.
No, that's it.
I come
Sorry.
all over. Do you have coffee, at least?
What
a
does your
steak
watch
sandwich?
say? What time is it? It's time to end this.